Charles Koch recently attempted a rebrand, as Jasmine said, as a uniter, quote unquote, and someone who has sincere regrets about his decades of extremely partisan political funding. Much of the legacy media was relatively credulous, but we at the Center for Media and Democracy saw right through it. Koch and his company and his greater political spending network have always been partisan, and that's not going to fundamentally change. Unsurprisingly, Koch Industries, through its PAC and its super PAC donations, is one of the biggest donors to the congressional ringleaders of the dishonest attempt to overturn the election results of 2020. In late December, I reported that Koch PAC was the top single company PAC donor to the US representatives who openly planned to object to the results based on lies about voter fraud. Uh, the company PAC donated nearly $200,000 to these members' campaigns. And those members include some of the most extreme Republicans in the House, such as Freedom Caucus Chair Andy Biggs, who is alleged to have helped plan the January 6th rally that preceded the deadly insurrection, and QAnon affiliated conspiracy theorist Marjorie Taylor Greene. After media reported on the Green donation, which was the maximum allowed amount of $5,000, Koch PAC claimed to have asked for a refund. And then on the day before the insurrection, I reported that Koch PAC, Koch-led super PACs, and Koch family members had bankrolled the careers of the senators who plotted to contest the results, spending millions of dollars to elect Josh Hawley, whom the network recruited to run against Claire McCaskill in Missouri in 2018, and four other senators. Hawley, who along with Ted Cruz was the Senate's led the Senate's revolt against the election, was invited and attended a Koch donors summit where candidates pitched themselves to the network's biggest funders. That summit paid off big time for Hawley, and he met with Koch network donors again in New York after launching his Senate campaign. Americans for Prosperity and AFP Action, which are both controlled by Koch, combined to spend $4.6 million attacking Hawley's opponent in 2018. Overall, Koch Industries was the biggest corporate donor to outside political groups that spent money to elect the 147 Republicans who voted against the election results just hours after the deadly insurrection. Koch Industries, notably, was not one of the many companies that said it would suspend PAC donations either to the election objectors or to all candidates after January 6th. Koch PAC did not donate in January or February, but it resumed its contributions in March and donated to several Republicans who voted against the election results. Trump is out of office, but the big lie of voter fraud is alive and well. Koch-funded state lawmakers are using Trumpian voter fraud myths to justify hundreds of bills to suppress voters, especially voters of color, after federal lawmakers failed to overturn Biden's victory. The Koch network continues to spend its money to benefit mostly right-wing Republicans and judicial candidates who will continue their extremism, attack democracy, and take the side of corporate monopolies at the expense of workers, the marginalized, and the environment.